Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today I have some Zentraedi from companies that I'm just not going to bother naming because, well, you know. These have been going off for fire sale prices for quite some time, and I figured, you know what the hey, I grew up watching Robotech, and as much of a snob elitist as I like to pretend I am since I've watched Macross and various incarnations and forms over the years, I got a soft spot for Robotech. So, what the hey? Everybody complained, moaned and groaned, oh, they're so hard to build, oh, they're terrible, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm going to subject myself to it. Oh, okay, cool. At the very least, the bare minimum, we have instructions. That's good. We need them. Not that they look that complicated. Okay. We've built far worse. Oh, boy. That I don't want to deal with. Cards for a game that I'll probably never get to play. Not that I know if it's any good or not. Bases. Bases have those weird clip things that I never learned what they were for because I never learned how to play the game. Let's take a look at the actual models. So it looks like they are the same sprue, just doubled. Okay, so each sprue builds 3 Regult pods. It looks like we have the front and the back of the main body. The legs are one piece with the exception of the actual feet. We got the gun pods right here. We got the tiny little belly pod cannons right there. Those, I don't remember where those go, and I'm not going to look right now. I think those are the shoulder mounted ones on the sides of the body. Yeah. Okay, those are the top ones and the bottom ones, and yeah, those go in the back. I know that. All right, well, this doesn't look that bad, he says before he subjects himself to the sheer horror of building it, right? No, that doesn't look like too bad. I'm assuming, though, that each set of feet have to stay together, so it might be a wise idea for me to make sure that I'm actually clipping those together. Or if I really want to get funky, and I'm assuming this is the flying stand, so I can have at least 2 of them floating around through space as they get shot up by Veritech fighters, right? All right, well, wish me luck. We're going to go put them together and see how they turn out. Because when you're paying, less than $1 per model, hey, why not give it a try, right? So I got these Regults all built up here naturally. As soon as I was set to film, I knocked this one off, and his little cannon fell off there, and he popped off his base as well. Overall construction wasn't as bad as I was expecting. They went together pretty simply. My only gripe really is that there's not a whole lot of room for poses and variation. I'm not 100% sure if these legs are actually all supposed to go like this or if I can really mix and match. I was worried about balance or lack thereof, so I just kind of kept the legs together with where they were on the base. My first thought is using these guys with 15mm models. Now obviously that's not the correct scale, but they just seem a little too big for traditional 32 or 28 or anywhere in between there type models. Grabbing a couple of models here, I'll show you what I mean. So with our traditional Marine friends here, you can see they just really don't work. They're too compact of, compartment, I guess, for lack of a better word, where the cockpit is in the Regult, considering it's supposed to be up there in the main body area. But you get some 15mm stuff, and all of a sudden, I think it looks a lot more promising as some kind of a scout vehicle, or if you just wanted to go full-on mecha at that point. I mean, yeah, I know the scale's off, but what you gonna do about it, right? Sadly, the optional bits and all the variations on the Regult are all, locked away in separate boxes and sprues, but it is what it is. I was thinking 1/72nd scale stuff might go good with it as well. Obviously, a half-naked half-naked Aztec is not going to be the most applicable model to have fighting the Zentraedi, but, for just whatever random game if you wanted to have them painted up as Aztecs. I remember that old mecha game had like a whole Aztec vibe going on with it and its rules, so who knows, maybe you can do something like that. Considering the markdown prices for these and just the nostalgia factor alone, I gotta say it was kind of worth it for me. I do have another sprue to build, haven't gotten around to them yet, but it was a bit of nostalgia just putting these guys together. I know that I have built some, I want to say probably either Bandai or Imaii Zentraedi models at some point in my life. I can kind of remember painting up either a scout pod or the pods with the missiles on them, but I don't know. I'll ask my brother. He probably knows better than I do at this point which ones I built. So, cool little kit. Sadly, you know, we'll never see a lot of the other crazier, more interesting stuff make its way to the tabletop, or at least not anytime soon, and most likely not in plastic. Yes, I know that there's other companies that are slowly getting around to trying to do something with the Macross license, but, you know, those things take time, and who knows if there's going to be a viable market for it that's going to be as interested in the weird stuff like I would be. Anyway, so if you do happen to come across these kits for a good enough price that's an impulse level purchase, I say go for it, because I had a lot of fun building these. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.